Hey, so my new adventure is something that I want to call One Day Goat Rodeo. And so the idea is that I take one thing and I build it in one day. It's not like any challenge or anything. It's just every once in a while we all need a smaller project to work on. And the outcome of the project doesn't necessarily have to be a success, which is where the goat rodeo comes in. So you're going to see mistakes and um, blunders, I guess, and there may be some bleeps every once in a while. I don't know. But anyway, this is the first of that series. And today, uh, we're going to make a spoon. So I've got this piece of, oh no! I'm not sure what it is, but it's got an interesting grain, and I don't have a use for it for anything else. So I thought I'd make a small, narrow spoon, and you can see the basic sketch with the bowl here and the handle. And yeah, let's get started. Fasten it down here. That ought to do. And I got my power carver with a shallow spoon bit here. And so the bowl is the hardest thing to do. Um, Power carvers make it much easier, or faster at least, and easier on the fingers. And so the next thing is to probably shape the sides. Shape the sides next. That's it. That's my plan. I'll stick to it. Okay, so that's the rough shape. And the next thing is a lot of handwork to make it look like it's something other than a chopped up piece of wood. So now that we have the extremely rough stick shape form, we're going to refine it using a variety of tools. My favorite hand plane to start off with. I probably could have, instead of taking this material out for the handle, the stem, I probably could have left that solid and it would have been stronger so that I don't have to worry about breaking it off. But that's what I did. And so this is what I'm doing. Once I get all the chunkiness out of it, then I can take it over to the sander and refine it a little bit more. Are you asleep yet? It's looking less like a stick now. Well, it's sort of uniform. And I use sort of in a general sense of the.
Huh?
Yeah, it's getting there. It's rough, but we're about ready to take it over to the sander. Okay. So this is where we just take out little bits. at a time. Just to get the high spots off. Yeah, that's better.
Hey!
Yeah, I know, you're not supposed to be doing this toward yourself, but I'm using very light pressure because I don't want to take big chunks off. I just want to take these little edges, like that one there. Just get these shapes all uniform. So I felt pretty good about that. The next thing is to cut off the stem and shape that, and final sanding. And then it will be a finished spoon.
Ah!
Had the final sanding. I didn't think anybody would be interested to see me sand wood. So I went ahead and did the finish sanding off camera, and now it's time for a little bit of oil. And just enough to cover it. You don't want to leave a whole bunch on the surface because then it gets sticky. Ooh. And I think it came out pretty nice, actually. And it's just the right size. Well, here it is. It turned out pretty nicely. I feel good about my work. So I'd say on a scale of 1 to 5, this is like a 4. 1 would be like a total goat rodeo, turn it into kindling, and 5 is perfect. I'd say that this is a 4. It's got a few knife marks still in the bowl, but it's certainly usable. And I think it looks cool. The grain has got a nice look to it. So in the show notes, I have some resources for those of you who may want to take up spoon carving. One of them is Mortis and Tennant's book that they publish on spoon carving. It's great. It's got good photographs and it's well written. Also, check out your local library. You'd be amazed what they have in the stacks there, and it's free to check out. Finally, in the show notes, there will be, of course, links to the tools that I used. And I hope this inspires you to do some work of your own. And I'll see you next time.